I'll bring up our newly appointed Chief of Police, Todd Morris, and a little bit about Todd. Todd has been with the Sheriff's Office for 34, 35 years, something along those lines. I remember when I asked him for a resume and he sent me this thing that looked like a manual, and I said, Todd, we got to condense this a little bit in order to fit on a 1 page or 2 page. In all seriousness, a true professional. True professional. We are so extremely blessed in the city to work closely with the Sheriff's Office to make sure that we have a wonderful, safe city in which order to raise our families. So, Chief Morris.
Thank you all very much. Just real brief because I know the mayor got the majority of the time, and so really I am very humbled by this. I'll tell you, there's a couple things that have been said already, and I'll believe in that. The Lord puts things in your path that you're unexpected. I've had a great career in law enforcement. I've been in public service for 34 years, and I work night and day according to all my personnel, and I'm going to do the same thing for City of St. George. So that's who I am if you know me. But I'm here to represent you the best way I can. And maybe a month ago now, out of the blue, you know, things just don't happen by coincidence. I received a phone call, and they said, "Hey, we would like you to consider serving as an interim chief of police." I said, "Who?" I said, "Wow." I said, "Really?" And I mean this with all my. I'm very humbled about that request and honored that they would consider me and reach out to me from individuals I really didn't even know. Other than know by name and who they are, but not really have a relationship with them. And so I said, first thing, I need to talk to my wife, and I need to talk to my sheriff. I want my sheriff's blessing, which he did. He gave me his blessing. Did not want to leave my power and leave, but he knows it's a great opportunity. So I truly believe God opens doors, and God opens doors, and I'm very humbled by that, and look forward to serving in a different capacity, but the same role I've been doing my whole life, but that's what I know. As Dustin mentioned, a lot of people have told me, they said, you've got 34 years, what is the chief of crimes against persons? And so I'm going to tell you a little bit kind of the divisions that I'm overseeing now and have been, so you understand. That includes our homicide division and our violent crimes unit, which I helped Sheriff Gotro implement in 2011 after he got elected. I have detectives, which include all our sex crimes, sex offenders, missing persons. Our sex offender registration, that's what we do. We keep track of all of our sex offenders in our parish. If we have a sex offender that's been paroled, he has certain requirements and registrations that he has to keep and notify their sheriff's office. We need to know where he's at, that's accessible to you in your neighborhood. Our crime scene division, all of our crime scene department division, our evidence facility. I take care of our intelligence and homeland security for our parish, and work with all of our federal and state partners on that. I'm big on collaborative. I work on a lot of committees involving all of our state and local federal agencies. And I know my first name and my friends. One thing I can say for sure that I'm going to continue that we want to work collectively and collaboratively as a team, because it takes a team. There's not one person, it's not Todd, it's not the mayor. It is everybody working collaboratively to solve our issues going forward. And I'm over all of our special operations division. That includes our Marine Search Rescue and Dive Team, Mobile Field Force, SWAT, our Air Support Division, our Crisis Negotiators Group. A lot of different areas for our sheriff's office, very crucial to the parish. I am in tune to the fact that public safety is a top priority. It has been that for my whole career. Because crime knows no boundary, okay? You can be a victim of a crime whether you live in the country club of Louisiana, you live in Lenox, no matter where it is, okay? And those criminals, there's no boundary. They're all not going to hear it because that's in the city of Baton Rouge. Now, I know what the sheriff's office territory. It has no effect on our criminal activity in our parish. And so, as we look at public safety and addressing that, we continue to do the things that I've been doing for 34 years. We'll be working with all our federal, local, state partners. I'm going to be looking specifically, though, now at the St. George area. We're going to let the crime statistics drive where we focus and we request maybe some additional resources or assistance from the sheriff. I can assure you, Sheriff Gotro has committed to providing the same resources that he always has. But we're going to look at that and see if we may want to enhance something, add some more. And we've had those discussions with Sheriff Gotro, and he's willing to do that. We may say, hey, as I look at the data, we might ought to have a few more detective uniform patrol here. We'll pay for those additional services. Just to help supplement the St. George area. Because once again, you know, prevention and being seen is half the battle, okay? We want to have a strong presence for public safety. It is a concern for our whole parish and our whole state. And whatever benefits come from St. George, it's going to benefit the whole parish. It doesn't just benefit St. George. It's going to benefit the whole parish. And that's what we want to do. We want to have a successful, thriving parish. and St. George is now going to be its own municipality, and it's going to continue that and build upon things that Sheriff Gotra has initiated for our parish. We want to focus on those, okay? One thing that I'm going to ask, there's a lot of things that we want to do from the public safety side. We're going to let data drive that. We're going to look at installing new, maybe LPRs and crime cameras we're not already installed now in the areas of St. George, because that is an investigative tool, is all it is. That's going to help us quickly identify a potential suspect, a potential vehicle. And it's not saying they're guilty, it's just an investigative lead, okay, that gives the detectives immediately something to follow up on. And so we're going to ask, one thing that's important, we need to have a comprehensive list, and the Sheriff's Office is good at that. We try to do that, but there are a lot of people that haven't participated yet. If you have a surveillance system, if you have a camera on your business at your residence, we want a list of those. Because if we have a crime that occurs in a certain part of our St. George area, I don't need to have detectives and uniform patrol wasting time. Okay, who has a camera and they're driving around? I did that for many years in my life. Okay, who's got a camera? What business has a camera? Who might have caught this vehicle? But if we have a very exhaustive, detailed list of where these crime cameras are in surveillance system, bro, that just benefits us getting that information out to the detectives and uniform patrol more quickly to help solve a crime. If we solve a problem here, we're solving a problem for the whole parish, and not just in St. George. So we're going to look at that. We're going to let data drive that and look at we may install a more license plate reading camera that benefits, our community as a whole is what it's going to do. I really am very humble. We've got a great group of individuals who have been appointed to the council. Mayor, I've known our mayor, from working with him, the chief of St. George Fire. We've always had a great working relationship. Anybody that knows me, I'm all about that. I'm going to answer my phone. I've never taken a 2 weeks vacation up until about 2 months ago. My wife said, we're going to go to Europe, to all these places, and I said, really, for 2 weeks? And so, there's a 7 hours time difference, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and most people know I was going to be out of the country. But again, my phone goes off and want to answer. So I'm get up, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. She says, for real? We're in Germany. How are you helping somebody in Baton Rouge? I said, well, I just solved the problem. I've been connected to the person that can help them. But that's what we do, though. You're a public servant for a reason. I'm a public servant for a reason. I come from a long line of law enforcement and from my whole family, starting out from my paternal grandfather to my father, my brothers in law enforcement, my sons in law enforcement. I believe we're public servants, and we're here to serve our public in the best way that we can. And we're going to do that for the city of St. George. I'm just going to carry over what I've been doing for 35 years. Now my focus is to the whole parish. It's going to be the whole parish, but it's going to be St. George. And how can we help enhance public safety for St. George? I'm going to do that with our mayor, with our council, with my law enforcement partners, and collaboratively go together and forward to better serve our business, to better serve our people, to bring about a safe environment for St. George as well as our whole parish. And Sheriff Gotra is committed to that, and he's going to do that. We're going to work hand in hand moving forward to better serve our people of St. George. That's kind of real briefly. I'll be glad to answer any questions if I can, but I really am very humble, and I look forward. I thank for the Commerce for inviting me to speak. Mr. Woody, I appreciate you reaching out to me. I look forward to working with you and your neighborhood associations and businesses to further and bring our collaborative efforts better and address public safety as a whole, and how we're going to do this to make St. George an awesome community. So thank you all very much, and I'll answer any questions you have.
So, Chief, the Morrison Act requires there to be a police chief in every city. But what's your general approach in terms of the size of the department that you want to have? Do you want to, I know you claim to principally rely on the sheriff, but what size of force do you envision working with the sheriff?
Well, first of all, you can talk about force. There are really no immediate plans to duplicate that service that the Sheriff Gotra is providing now. In years to come, if we saw something or Sheriff Gotra, retires or not in that law enforcement capacity, we had a new sheriff and they weren't willing to fund that or continue the service, then we would have to look at, how many manpower we do. But I am going to look at, based on crime stats and data that, hey, we're having a little problem in this area, we're having a problem with retail theft. How can we maybe supplement that with some manpower, maybe some detectives, and understand we will have some funds. We discussed that with the Sheriff's Office prior to this, about requesting additional manpower and pay for those positions. And that's strictly going to be done by crime statistic, and we're looking at what crime is occurring, what those crimes may be, and what the resources may be. It may just be more uniform patrol persons. It may be that we need a couple of more detectives assigned to retail theft. Because retail theft is a huge issue. You talked about handling. I'll go ahead and address that because that's important. That is an issue that the sheriff has tried to help with, our mayor president has tried to help with. That is a constant, ongoing issue. The problem that we've run into, we have done initiatives and we show up with all sorts of resources that will help you with housing, will help you with, if you get into rehabilitation programs, will help you with trying to find jobs, and then 99.9% of the time, they won't accept the help and they don't want the help. And I know it's a huge nuisance. I understand that completely. It affects our whole parish. But you can't put all these panhandlers in jail for misdemeanors and clog up the criminal justice system. All it does is create a more of an overcrowded issue that we have at the parish prison now. More than likely, you know, then now if they can't bond out, now they're taking up a potential debt for a serious violent offender that we need to have in place for. And there may be more underlying issues, whether it be mental health issues that they may have and stuff like that. You have to look at the mental health aspect of that also too, you know, about the panhandling. And I know it's a serious problem, and we deal with that and go to those calls every day, the sheriff's offices and sheriff's and the deputies out there, and we address that. We'll try to help the community efforts. A lot of times they don't want to tell them. Any other questions? I know that's very quick. I probably spoke way too fast, and I apologize for that. But I know time is of the essence. But we're going to thank you all very much again.